Hi, I'm JD from Pinnacle, and today I'm going to cook a romantic dinner for two on the Fulgor Milano 30-inch induction range. For dinner tonight, I've got two filet mignons that I'm going to start in the oven to reverse sear and then finish them up on the cooktop. I've got some red skin potatoes that I'm going to boil off and then toss into some butter, some olive oil, and salt and pepper. I'm going to pan sear some asparagus and then finish off the evening with some delicious red strawberries dipped into a succulent milk chocolate. Let's get started with the steaks. First of all, we need to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. While the oven's preheating, let's go ahead and get those steaks seasoned up so that way they're ready to go. Good steak like this, all you really need is some good salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic. You don't need to go overboard. Let that meat shine. The oven is now preheated. Let's go ahead and throw these steaks in to get up to medium rare. Next up, let's go ahead and get the potatoes on the stovetop and start that boiling. I've got a handful of red skin potatoes here that I have pre-washed in the sink. And I'm going to put in just enough water to cover the potatoes. And it should come up to a boil fairly quickly. Once it's boiling, we'll back it down just a little bit so it doesn't overdo itself. Next up on the list, we're going to get the chocolate onto the simmer burner so it can melt and be ready to dip the strawberries. The great thing about the Fulgor Milano induction range is the fact that you can turn the burners onto a very slow simmer and you eliminate the risk of burning your chocolate. So let's just go ahead and add the chocolate into our pan. I'm using a non-stick coated pan to make it easier for cleanup. We'll just kind of let that melt and we'll keep an eye on it, stirring it quite frequently. All right, our chocolate is melted. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and dip the strawberries and then get them into the fridge and chill so that way they have a chance to set up by the time dinner's ready. Oh, these potatoes are ready to come off. I'm going to turn off the power. And then I'm going to come over to the sink and drain them. And then to finish these off, I'm going to just toss them with a good bit of butter, some salt, and some pepper. Then all you have to do is just toss that together. Let that butter and salt get all over those potatoes. If you break the skin a little bit, that's perfect because it allows the butter to seep into that potato. And then those are good and ready for dinner. Next, let's check on that steak. And we're going to let that rest for about 5-10 minutes before we sear it up and get it ready for plating. All right, now all that's left to do for our dinner tonight is sear the asparagus and the steaks, plate up, and enjoy. All right, our pan for the asparagus is hot and ready, so we're going to start with a little bit of olive oil. And throw in our asparagus. You should hear a nice sizzle. From there, let's add some salt and pepper. These will only take a quick minute to cook. The asparagus are done. Asparagus are done. I pulled those out. Now let's get these steaks seared. And these should only take a couple minutes on a high heat. And after just a couple minutes, or a couple moments on a high heat, these are seared off and ready to go. To add to the richness, I'm going to top the steaks with just a little bit of butter to self-baste as they rest. All that's left now is to plate up and eat. If you want additional information on the 30-inch induction range, please visit the nearest Fulgor Milano dealer nearest you.